Hi guys! Today we're going to do a little lower back wellness class. So for you who might have a little stiff lower back, maybe from sitting too much at the office or from something else, this would be a really nice class to do, yeah? Just be aware nothing should hurt. Might feel a little stiffness, might feel a little stretch, but nothing should hurt. So just be aware of them, take care of yourself. Alright? Let's come down on the mat to lie. So you can bring your arms down your side, feet hip width apart, parallel position. And from here, let's just start by arriving on the mat. Let's start by breathing. So you're going to take a long inhale, just to relax on your exhale. Good. And again, a long inhale. And relax on your exhale. Good. So just feel how your lower back is doing today. Feel how the space between the lower back and the mat is. Is there any tension? Just be aware, it might feel different after the class, hopefully. Good. So we're going to start by doing some pelvic tilts. So from here, don't even think about muscles, think about bones moving, yeah? So you're going to take a long inhale for nothing. On your exhale, you try to lengthen your knees forward. You're going to tilt your pelvis and around as much as possible without squeezing. And come back into neutral. Now, if you want to go the other way, so you can let your tailbone drop a little bit down towards the floor and come back into center. So there's a tiny movement. Again, so I'm trying to lengthen my legs. I'm pushing my knees a little bit forward. I'm tilting and rounding. See if you can get a little bit more space here for your hip flexors. And come slowly back down. Good. And let your tailbone drop down towards the mat. This can be a really tiny movement. That's up to you. Two more. So again, tilting and rounding. You can take a long exhale here if you want to. And you can take a long inhale in the center to exhale again, moving the tailbone down towards the mat. One more time. Inhale in the center. Exhaling, tilting and rounding. Good. And coming back to neutral. And let your tailbone come down towards the mat, only as far as you feel like. And come into center. Nice. So that was a little pelvic tilt. Now we're going to do a little pelvic rotation, yeah? I'm going to start with my left side, because then you can see me better. You decide whatever side you want to start with. Good. So from here, I'm just pushing my left foot in the floor. I'm squeezing the left glute as much as possible. I'm not even thinking about the hip. It's just moving on its own. And relax. Good. Same side. I'm pushing my left foot in the floor. You can bring your hand on your hip if you want to feel what's going on. I'm squeezing that butt cheek as much as possible, but I'm not thinking about moving my pelvis. It's just happening. And relax. Nice. Last time. Again, pushing the left foot into the floor. Squeezing the glute. Perfect. You can even have that feeling of lengthening your left leg a little bit. And come back down. Good. From here, we're going to keep going with the left side. Just going to stretch the right leg down onto the floor. From here, we're going a little bit further if we want to, yeah? So just feel how you're doing today. So push your left foot in the floor. Squeeze your left glute. And now you can actively push the left hip a little bit over towards your right side. So you can go as far as you want to. And come back and relax. Good. Again, so pushing the foot into the floor. Squeezing the glute and now pushing the hip over towards the right side. Only as far as you feel like. So just feel your lower back. How does that feel? And come slowly back down. Nice. Last time, pushing the foot into the floor, squeezing the glute, pushing over as far as it feels good for you. Nice. And come all the way back. Good. Just stretch that left leg for a second. Just see how are your right side doing, how does your left side feel. Good, no right or wrong answer, so we're just going to bend the knees again to do the other side, exactly the same thing. So, I'm pushing my right foot in the floor, squeezing my right butt cheek, not doing anything else, so my pelvis is only moving as much as what is just happening on its own. And come back down, good. Again, push the foot into the floor. Squeeze that glute. Now I feel a little restricted here on my right side compared to the left. Maybe you have a good side and an interesting side as well. Let's take a last time. So again, pushing the foot into the floor. Squeezing that butt cheek, good. And come slowly back down. Nice, we're going a little bit further. So stretch your right leg down onto the floor. Push your left leg down on the floor. Good, just no confusion. Press the right foot into the floor. Squeeze the right glute. If you want to push the knee a little bit further, you can do that. And then we're going a little bit more actively over to the left side. So I'm pushing my hip, pushing my hip, pushing my hip. And come slowly back down. Good. Again, push your foot into the floor, squeeze that glute. Push your hip over to the left side as far as you want to. Good. And slowly back down. Nice. Just gonna take a last time here again. Pushing the foot into the floor. Pushing the knee forward. Pushing the hip over. Go, 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 go. Nice. And come all the way back in. Good. Now just stretch that right leg down onto the floor to see how that feels. Take a long breath. And now from here, just bend your knees again. Bring your feet mat width apart. You might even want to bring them further out. So I'm on the outside of my mat. If you have space, then open your arms to the side. And then from here, just letting both knees slowly drop over to the right side. As far as it still feels good. If you can just find a position where you're totally relaxed, then that's what we're going for. Take a breath here. And then just find that abdominal connection again. Bring your left hip back down into the floor and bring your knees back into center. Left side, so I'm letting both knees just slowly controlled drop over to the other side. Just staying here for a second. Just feel how your lower back is responding to this. Take a breath. And find your abdominals. Bring that right hip back into the mat to bring the knees into center. If you want to, you can bring the neck into the movement as well. So I'm letting my knees drop over to the right side. I'm looking away from the knees as well. So I'm turning my head towards the left. Just staying there. Again, take a breath. And come slowly back into center. Nose is going to follow. And knees over to your left side. Let your head just fall over to your right. Nice, guys. Good. And come back into center. Perfect. Great. From here, just let your knees drop towards each other. See how your hips feels about that. See how your lower back is feeling with that. Good. Take a long breath. Perfect. Open your knees back up. Bring your feet a little bit closer. And now just bring one knee to your chest. Left leg down your mat. Let's take a little hip flexor stretch, or rather a little hip flexor squeeze instead. So the hip flexors are attached to your lower back, and if they're quite tight, they might affect your lower back as well, or opposite, yeah? So I'm trying to just pull that right knee towards my chest, even a little bit towards the center of my chest, yeah? So I'm going for that. It's quite a good squeeze in the hip. It's not supposed to hurt, yeah? So you find a good position here, and then take a long breath. Good. We're doing teeny tiny circles with the leg into the hip joint. So it's only my arms moving, or my arms are moving my leg around rather. So my leg is not doing anything at all. It's just following around. Good. It's a small movement. So almost the feeling of the thigh bone moving around in the hip joint. Perfect. Let's do the same circles, just the other way around, yeah? You might feel the further into the center that you come, the more it's going to squeeze. And when you're moving away from the center, it's a little bit easier in the hip. Good. Good, guys. Last time. Now stay where you have the best squeeze. Just stay there for a second. See if you can pull a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And let go. And stretch out your leg. Good. How does that feel compared to the left leg? Mine's a little bit longer. Even feel the right hip is a little bit more grounded into the floor. That's just my experience, yeah? Let's take the other side. So bringing the left knee towards your chest. Good. You see if that's the same feeling that you had on the right side. Might feel different. If you can, then see if you can bring your knee a little bit further towards your chest bone. Good. Stay here and breathe. Good. So I have a little more squeeze here on my left side than on my right. Just gonna take an extra breath here. Good. Exactly. Nice. From here, we're doing the same circles around. So I'm really trying to let my leg rest and letting my arms do the work instead. Good. Nice. And don't forget to breathe. So really going into this deep abdominal breathing. So really go into your stomach and see if you can let the breath relax the body a little bit more. Perfect. Let's go the other way around. Same thing. Still the feeling of, if you close your eyes, you can almost imagine that big thigh bone moving around into the hip joint. Good. Perfect. Let's take a last one and then stay squeezing or pulling the knee to your chest. See if you can pull a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. Good. And just let go of your legs, stretch it down towards the other one. See if they're equal, hopefully. Feel quite the same to me. Perfect. And then from here, just let your arms rest for a second wherever it feels good to you. Good. Perfect. Let your arms stay where they are. Bend your knees again. So we're just going into the same position where we started, just for you to have a feeling of your lower back again. So just close your eyes, take a couple of long deep breaths. How does your lower back feel now compared to when we started? How does your hips feel compared to where they started? Is there the same space between the mat and the lower back, or do you have a little bit more? Good, guys. That was a short series of movements. You don't have to do them that long or that many of them, but it's a really nice way to maybe start your day or to take a break throughout the day or even after a long day at the office. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope your lower back enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.